So some names I got for the shop cat: Whiskers, Furbag, Knothead, Sony, Sparky, Shorty, Moose, Weeble. We've got Bernice, Mouse. Yeah, them's all good names. I just like shop cat. Well, I tell you, Ace Hardware, they've got this neat little chart hung on the wall that's got threaded inserts and studs. So I took this screw with me, and I was running it into the metric 1 millimeter pitch, and I'd get a turn and a half and it'd stop. So that was exactly opposite of what I was having here. So I got to playing around with it, and I went up to the Imperial side, and what I found out is this is a 5/16 24 pitch thread, and I bought a bolt, and looky there. It runs all the way in now. So this problem's fixed. The other problem I'm having, well, heck, I just test fitted the engine and the pulleys don't line up. So I'm going to have to turn this bracket around to get the engine over that way some more. Yeah, the fun's never ending with this one now. Back up on the bench tomorrow. So when I mounted the engine the first time, I put the pulley on, and with the pulley fully out, the drive pulley was still in this area. So we are back up on the bench, and what I've got to do is I got to remove this plate, flip it around so these bolts are moved over. So that should hopefully fix my mounting problem. We will see. All right, I set the engine up here. This is the pulley alignment that I'm looking for. But the problem is when I flip the brace around, the holes actually need to be over on that side. So let me work on this. So again, I put the engine up here so I can eyeball things going on. A couple things to note. The engine shroud catches right here, and this is all further over. It's allowing me to slide it. So I've got another 3/4 inch that has to come this way. And with that bracket there, that's the alignment of the pulley. But I'm barely on the shaft now. And if I go over another 3/4 inch, that ain't gonna work. I mean, this base, and it's been busted before and re-welded, so I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, let me see what I can come up with here. So I'm sort of fixed with only 2 ways to do this mounting plate, because these bolts actually go through the transmission. So I can either put it this way or flip it around, and then I have interference with this pin if I flip this around with this rail over there. I'm not seeing any other way. These holes are too small for these bolts, so I can't flip it this way. Well, I thought, well, maybe I can bolt the motor straight down without that bracket, but now it's hitting the shroud, so I need that extra 1 inch. So, still working on it. Okay, I've tried every which way in mounting, and yeah, I'm going to have to get some new bolts. But it was mentioned that I may have to make a custom mounting plate to get that onto there and get it to work properly. So I've been digging around looking at, I don't have a whole lot of heavy scrap metal. Like I said, I've just been digging stuff out of parts boxes. Do have some good hardware here, but what I do have, not a lot of, but a lot more than metal, is scrap wood. So my thought is I'm going to go ahead and build a base out of wood to where I can get that mounted, and then I can use the wood as a pattern to see about maybe getting some angle iron or some square stock, and you know, whatever I can work with an angle grinder, and see what I can do. But for now, I'm going to just see if I can fab up a wood mount that allows me to get everything lined up. So it may take me a few days, but I'm not ready to put that back in the box over there. So that's the game plan. We'll do something with wood because it's a lot easier for me to work with, and yeah, we'll see what it comes up with. Well, I may have a last ditch effort with this bracket here. This is a piece of pretty thick flat bar that I got at Ace Hardware a long time ago, and these two holes line up. So my thought is cutting this, getting another one of these, cutting it here, and then going back to their hardware and find screw hardware that'll fit in these recesses, so that'll be flush. And then I can use this hole and drill another hole to mount the engine to, and that will offset it. Don't know how much, but for the price of one of these and 4 screws, I'm thinking it's worth a shot. So to explain my thought process just a little bit further, I'll get another one of these thick bars, and I'll get some panhead screws to fasten the bar to the original bracket. So we'll do 2 bars, and then I'm going to cut the bar right here. This will be one hole for mounting the engine, and then we'll make the other hole over here. So now, instead of the engine being mounted here, it'll be offset, and I believe that'll be enough to get me to line up with the pulley. We're probably going to have to play with some belt lengths if this works, but I think that's thick enough metal. Most of the weight's still going to be on this center part here. There'll just be some of the engine hanging off over here. But yeah, I mean, for the price of 1 bar and some panhead screws, I want to give it a shot.